I'm Scott Wilkins with Backstage View, and we are here with the Kruger Brothers.
Hello.
And it is a pleasure because I've been a big fan for a real long time and real happy that you guys have time to speak with me here. I want to first congratulate you on everything, on all your success. You guys, you've got a great story. Let's just cut right down. You guys were heavily influenced by Doc Watson. Anything you could throw something out about that and your meetings with Doc?
Well, this year it's our anniversary. You know, we were invited to play Moralfest 20 years ago, in 1997. It was the 10th anniversary of Moralfest, and of course we're going to be at Moralfest this year again for the 30th anniversary. And that was our first chance actually to meet Doc Watson. Uwe, we saw him in Zurich, in Europe, when he performed with T. Michael and his son Merle, and Uwe got to meet Merle at the time. Yeah. But at Moralfest we had a chance to meet Doc Watson and of course Clint Howard, you know, and these people, and it was wonderful. I mean, we were very well accepted, and it became actually.
What year was that about?
That was 1997, like I said. That was 1997, and that was really, really nice because we had learned a lot of Doc Watson music. I mean, we were influenced by all kinds of music, but a lot of Doc Watson's, and because it was so similar to our folk music that we grew up with.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guitar and singing.
And you came over, you met up with Bill Monroe as well when you were younger, I read?
When I was 19, yes, I came over here for a summer, and I performed some with Bill Monroe, and he introduced me to the Grand Ole Opry, and, you know, I met a lot of musicians at the time, you know, and I got very encouraged to stay on the path of music.
Right, and Joel, you were born in Brooklyn. How did you meet up with these guys?
Well, being born in Brooklyn, you know, that was a long time ago. I was born and raised in New York City, grew up there, and then back in the late 80s, I met a gal who was working at the Swiss tourist office, and we met, fell in love, and I ended up following her back when she decided to move back home, and we got married there, and that was in 1989. And shortly after I moved over, I met Jens and Uwe, and we started making music together, and all kinds of different country formations and country rock bands and things like that. And
when you guys first met, was it just like a pickup jam and it just kept going?
Actually, well, Uwe can tell the story.
I was in a music store in Zurich checking out some guitars, and this guy walks in and he put one of these ads up there, you know, New York bass player looking for work, I play anything. So I met him, and I said, yeah, sure, you know, and, but his name was Joel, you know, so I had another bass player named Joel. It was from New York City as well. And so,
yeah.
And I had another guy from West Islip, New York. His name was Danny Galfano, and you know, once they both of them couldn't make a show, so I gave Joel a call, and sure enough, he came, practiced, and he knew all the songs, you know, all the Allman Brothers and Marshall Tucker, all that kind of stuff. And then in the last show, he used to play like 4 sets a night, you know. So the last set, I used to just play bluegrass music just to make people dance when everybody was a little bit, you know, in the mood for dancing, and so I played, you know, stuff like Orange Blossom Special,
Sounded Good.
Yeah.
Songs with two chords, and well, Joel sailed through all the other stuff, but he never had played a song with 2 chords, and he completely lost it. You know, where am I supposed to go?
Where's the one?
So we realized that's it. That was fun. So you know, Joel started to hang out with us a lot more, and then we did a musical together where we got to rehearsed for months at the time, and the 3 of us just sat in the dressing room and played.
Well,
it came up to a point where Jens could actually pick a tune on Joel's back and he could name it, you know. So bluegrass song.
But you know, we also Joel was great because we could use him very easily. He could learn very quickly, and it was very musical. So for us, it was very convenient because we did so many, you know, shows with different bands, and he could just jump right in, and you know, and if he wouldn't know the song, he could fake his way through and make a good impression. And we also had our own radio show on national radio, the Kruger Brothers radio show, and so Joel was then instantly also part of that, you know, so we could use him, you know, and so we became, you know, just really professional, you know, on a professional level, very good friends and buddies, you know, because we worked so much, and I'm talking about, you know, 240 shows a year, yeah. So that was really a lot, and then at one point we had a formation that we played more folk music, and my wife was playing bass at the time in that formation, and we played more of the Doug Watson music, which wasn't majorly popular in Europe, but that's what we loved doing. Besides all the other things, because I played electric guitar, we played electric guitar, but we always played banjo and acoustic guitar ever since we were little. But then at one point, my wife couldn't travel anymore. Our kids, went to school, and Joel then, became full part of the Kruger Brothers during a musical production, that was taking place for 2 years, and so we started recording in England. We started, touring and playing lots together. And at one point, we just decided this is really a lot of fun. Let's just do that and quit everything else. And I think with
well, when you say quit everything else,
well, all the other sideman gigs, all the bands we played with, and so
it sounded like you guys were doing this pretty much full time
always
since you were kids.
Yes, since actually full time since '79.
Right.
1979.
Well, we had our first show in '74.
So first paying show in '74, but exclusive, doing only music in '79.
In that documentary, it seems like when you guys went out on your own, you were on top of the world. Like you felt like this is the best thing in the world.
Of course.
Sounds like
it was.
You know what? It's still.
Yeah, well, yeah. You get to make music with your best friends, travel around, make people happy, and it's.
You didn't come to the States together at first, right? You came to
we came together.
We started touring together, but the thing is that I sort of I fell in love here with a woman, and she's my wife now, and so I came here a lot more often, just going back to Switzerland to play my shows and everything. Just, we had good visas, we were Old Eagle and everything, but then at one point we played so much over here that Jens and Joel decided to come over as well. Then it was
over as well.
I mean, just full time, full time.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, Jens's kids were growing up, and he was spending a lot of time away.
Yeah.
We were spending more time over here than we were over there, and it got to be too much. I mean, he was away from his family the whole time, and it became impossible to maintain that kind of a lifestyle and maintain a good family dynamic and everything else. So at that point, my marriage fell apart. Things weren't, nothing was really holding me over there, and we decided together that this was going to be the place where we should be.
And this place has become North Carolina. You guys are more North Carolina residents than anything else. We were down at the IBMA and literally had tears in our eyes with the way that's your hometown crowd. And you have that song that is
Carolina in the Fall.
The stage song, or hopefully soon to be one of these days.
Yes.
But that was very emotional. And the type of music that you started out playing and continue to play, you've added a lot more though with the classical aspect.
Well, yeah, I had an opportunity to do a solo album in 1992. So we recorded the solo album, my solo album from '91. It was actually an assignment to also, to use most of my slow music and, more my own compositions to put on a CD for DDD, which was a record company in Italy. And because of that album, I had the opportunity to develop more of my music. And before that, we had used some of my instrumental music, for on our albums, but because we played mainly parties, and things, there was not. We played some of the concerts. There wasn't that much use for my music. And when we came to America, it seemed that people responded really well to our original music that we had, and so over the years we started to develop more and more of that, and I started working, with the symphonies and. Write original music for quartets and just for the trio, of course, as well.
And at what point did you get the Steve Martin Award?
In 2013.
Was it a big surprise to you, or you just get a phone call?
Actually, no. I got a FedEx letter and a FedEx thing in the morning, and I opened it up, and there was congratulations, you won the Steve Martin Award and a $50,000 check.
Nice.
which I was standing.
It's a bit of a surprise.
But, you know, I've never won an award. I had two IBMA nominations, but I never won an award in my life, and just to get a recognition like that helped us tremendously.
Well, just going on a Letterman show alone opens up the doors to a lot of people. Who wouldn't have seen you.
Absolutely, yes. And also, because of the award, a lot of people say, because of the committee, you know, they have, you know, a lot of banjo players and music producers, and there's Steve Martin on board, and so people say, okay, if they think it's good enough, maybe we can go and have a listen to these guys, and you know, so I mean, we have had, since we started here, a lot of people that were very devoted fans, and people love our music. But after that award, it had just helped us tremendously.
Yeah. Now, Joel, you're an EMT. That's such a great thing to be.
You know, it's a
off time.
I've always believed in volunteerism and trying to give back a little to my community, and just, you know, I was always the kind of person where if I came up in an accident scene or something, I'd jump out and try to help. And all the places where I've lived in my life prior to North Carolina, I've never had the opportunity to really do that as, you know, a volunteer type thing. Because in Switzerland, it's always professional EMTs, in New York, the same thing. And so when I got to North Carolina, a friend of mine was actually working at the hospital. He was the director of the ER, and he told me about a class that was starting, and I said, okay, I'm interested. And I ended up taking it to a level where, you know, I'm not home a lot, but when I am home, I have a little pager, and I go out and I try to help where I can. You know,
that's great. So, how's the songwriting process? Do you guys like write the songs together, or is it something you
Mostly, yeah, we write the songs together.
just write together? Yeah.
Yeah, I have to sing them, so I have to really agree with the words and everything, and so my responsibility is a little bit more that direction, while Jens is doing all the melodies, and he keeps my head level.
No, it's Uwe has, you know, Uwe has good ideas of how to phrase things and put them together, and we sit and he writes a lot of words, you know. So when he sometimes comes with an entire song just written, you know, and sometimes we sit and we say, let's write a song about something, and you know, so it's a collaborative work, you know. If we're not on the road, we usually get together in the morning in our studio and rehearse, you know. So you know, we always get together, do business, rehearse, you know, write songs, and so we do a lot of things together, actually. You know,
run our own record company. That's, you know, it's a big part of our job, I think. You know, just so that we maintain control over our creative output, basically.
That's a good place. The new album out.
It will be released this coming April. It's called the Roan Mountain Suite, which Jens composed. It's for, again, Kruger Brothers with our good friends the Contras Quartet. So it's a suite with about 40 minutes of music, and then there are 3 wonderful songs that Uwe and Jens wrote together as well that are part of it. So that's going to be coming out this April.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, we're here in Philadelphia. You guys are going to be going on soon. I appreciate this time that you have with us here at Backstage View, and have a great show, and we'll see you again.
Okay,
Thank you, Scott.